Every society has what you call its operating software, and that operating software is its culture, is how people do things. And once that culture is corrupted, like a virus in a system, it affects everything you do. The question of the Nigerian factor is something Nigerians have come to accept in many places as the norm. It is proper, it is okay and acceptable to be late. It's almost okay to give bribe without thinking twice about it. It's okay to make decisions that in other societies people will freeze at. And yet we belong to a committee of nations. It was something we needed to address. Now, for years, the African Capital Alliance had given grants to various NGOs who went about very noble activities and tasks. But nobody was quite dealing with the issue of ethics. You know, ethics is amorphous, it's very difficult to pin down. But we felt that if at the right age we could speak to young Nigerians and begin to inculcate in them the need for ethical thinking and ethical living, it will bear fruit, subsequently. And that's the reason we decided to do the Ethical Living project.
Ethical Living project 2.0.
Ethics is something we should always remember while dealing with others.
Starting with children is the best way to build a nation.
It's really like a proactive step to trying to make for a better society.
Carried out the Pioneer project last year. This year's on, from what I've seen, it's going to be very impactful.
The end goal is to take this program to the entire nation.
African Capital Alliance Foundation decided to expand the depth and the reach of the project in 2025. And with their implementation partner, which is Enactus Nigeria, we are able to look at what happened last year and see how we can improve. And we started with the curriculum improvement. We got feedbacks, so we had to upgrade the curriculum to accommodate the constructive and functional feedbacks that we got from the pilot phase. And this year, the result was amazing. It exceeded our expectation.
Whatever decision you are taking now as a young individual will eventually mar you or make you.
What I've learned today, I'll be so fast to good, is about ethics. It is my right from my wrong, how to be loyal, how to judge matter fairly and also equally.
You will not only care about yourself, you will care about other people. So if you look at the people around you, you will care about them. And then you will care about the environment as a whole.
I was taught about ethical living today and I've learned a lot. I learned about morals, how ethical living can make impact on me and how I can use it in the society, how it can benefit me and others.
Conflict of values happens when you're struggling between making the right decision.
In the session today, we talked about conflict of values. And conflict of values is like a situation or an instance where your two values collide, in which you have to pick which one is wrong or right, and can lead to serious good or bad decisions.
Values of a certain country or society is as a result of the values of the individuals.
The Ethical Living project has changed the perspective of us students. Ethical people do not fight, they don't bully others, they don't jump queues, they don't engage in cheating, they are not partial to people.
far, we've been teaching the children on how to have ethical lifestyle, how to have this ethical mindset amidst themselves. So we have different case studies that we use for them. We have that of Marianne Jones, this crypto guy, and then basically we've been bringing it down to their level in terms of examination malpractice. Is it good or is it not good? And then you have different, ideas popping up here and there, and then they've been able to see the reason why their decision can affect people around them, not just only them.
So far, the students have been really enthusiastic. They are embracing what we have to say, and they are very engaging as well.
I like the fact that some students actually see value in what we're doing. They're able to, and one way to gauge that is when we come every week, we try to ask them questions around what they learned previously, and you see the same set of students sort of answering, and even some new students picking interest in it.
It's a testament to the future of our country, because these are we'll call them the future of tomorrow. The fact that they were actually very receptive, the fact that they were asking questions, trying to understand more, also giving examples of things that they may or may not have done in their lives that were unethical, and how they would improve in the future, how they would do things differently to make sure that they're in line with ethical living. I think it's very encouraging for me, because I'm not just coming here to speak into the air. These are people who are receptive. These are people who want to do better. These are people who want to be ethical in going forward.
I find the student response and participation very interesting, and also I'm glad that we could have this kind of topic, because there are some gray areas that we were missing up, especially as regard ethics and society. Example where there's a question about, is Nigeria corrupt? And someone said, no, Nigeria is not corrupt, but our leaders are corrupt. And I said, our leaders, they were once masses like you. So you're not corrupt as an individual. Definitely when you become a leader, you'll not be corrupt. So you are corrupt as a leader because you were once a corrupt masses. So I tried to clear that area, instead of them pointing finger, and realize the fact that you also have a role to play.
By improving the quality of their character at this stage through this education, we hope that when they move into the larger society, they pass on this education to other persons, to their younger ones, even within their family setting. So it's something that has a ripple effect.
So this program has affected me so well, to the extent that I now behave well in class. My ethical behavior has changed drastically. I now behave so well that teachers are now recommending me for outings.
Before, I'm a type of person that I'm nonchalant in behavior. Like, I don't pay attention to things that matters. But after this, I try to think twice before acting, being responsible for my actions.
Before, when I get to my class every morning, it's always dirty sometimes, and I choose to ignore. But this morning and the past few days, I choose to sweep and be responsible for my class.
I usually used to shout, I usually used to get angry, get annoyed easily. When I started this program, so that everything is simple in this life, rather than have to be shouting, doing all the type of unruly behavior. So since then I've changed.
I have learned that I need to look for my passion, develop on it, build myself on it, and then manifest self-improvement.
Phase 2, we move on to essay writing competition. We have over 1,400 essays that were turned in, and they wrote fantastically. Went through different series of screening, and today we'll be announcing the top 3.
As we celebrate the outstanding achievements of our winners today, let us remember that Ethical Living Project is not just a competition. It is a movement. It is a call to action for each of us to live by the values we espouse, to be the change we want to see in our communities and society, and to live by example in a world hungry for ethical and exemplary leadership.
The goal was to just sow the seed. But from your own testimonials, right here on the screen, we can tell that transformation has started.
You guys are absolutely amazing. I know you're going to do amazing and super incredible things with your life, right? And when you do, make sure to pay it forward.
If you were, put in a leadership position, how would you be able to, influence ethical governance?
So I'll promote ethical governance by leading with integrity, transparency, and accountability. Accountability in the aspect that someone should be held accountable for their actions.
As young Nigerians, we have the power to change the future of our communities, ourselves, and the entire nation by imbibing ethical living, which encompasses integrity and national unity.
Ethical Living Project 2.0 Essay Writing Competition 2025. For every school participating, we have 20 schools in hall, and top 3 from each school will be awarded this morning.
Steady chasing the bar, they concentrate. Anytime I do, whether night or day, I day on my chain. Even on my leg, they go they dance to the bed, they go feel like rain. Cause anything where I drop, then go chop a J. Whether night or day, I day on my J.
And also, the overall top 3 we also have special award this morning. The winner for 2025 Ethical Living Project Essay Writing Competition is Samuel Okpadotu.
Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions.
The project actually helped me because it was around the time we began the program, the project that I became the senior prefect of my school. So it actually really gave me like a jump start.
We'd like to extend our sincerest appreciation to the ACA Foundation and Enactus Nigeria for this enriching program that has changed us all.
When I came into this place, I was so joyous because what I saw gave me the kind of impression that Nigeria is going in the right direction.
We must give a shout out again to the students. A round of applause for yourselves. To the principals of the schools who are here, we say welcome and thank you so much for your support. Some of you were truly disciples and ambassadors, for this program. A round of applause for the teachers. There are a group of people we couldn't have done this without, the facilitators. Yes, can we give a round of applause to the facilitators? I'll conclude by saying thank you to the Enactus team, who have been great. They have been great partners on this journey. And to members of the ACA Foundation Board here present.
As we bring this ceremony to a close, let us remember that it is a lifelong commitment that we are going to live, ethically in our decisions, in our thinking, in the choices that we make.
I want to say a very big thank you to the Ethical Living Project, organizers, the Africa Capital Alliance. I want to say a very big thank you for this opportunity. For me as a person to be able to even learn, even as a facilitator, and to be a channel of blessing to young people.
Going forward, as a sustainability strategy for the impact that has been made so far in the last 2 years of this program, we intend to set up ethical living clubs in all the 20 schools that we have worked with as the pilot phase for the clubs. And the idea is that the impact that has been made over time should not just end when the whole program ends. We should give these young people the opportunity to lead so that they can impact their peers, they can impact their community, and through that experience, they can grow capacity as a leader. And when they have the opportunity at any level growing up, they can always reflect this new knowledge and this new experience in any sphere. These young people are going to be well prepared to achieve that.